Welcome to this episode of the Unit Retrospective podcast. This episode, we're covering the Italian Connection. Idacon is like one of my favorite units, or one of my favorite units from this era. Like the big Toryumon 4 is my favorite.
Is it like your favorite, or is it like up there?
It's my favorite. I like it more than I like M2K.
Alright, okay. What about like all Dragon Age units and Toryumon units? What would you rank?
It's top 5.
I mean, they had like the specific Java style, which is probably like something you like given your love for UT.
My boy UT can make it in the Italian Connection.
Dude, imagine UT just get trained by Milano Collection AT.
You know what's funny about like
all the fucking submission holes?
You know what's funny about the Italian Connection is that like my least favorite unit of all time, or at least one of them, is kind of similar to them.
The Millennials?
Yep. I hate the Millennials. I love the Italian Connection.
You just don't like Mexico, but you like Italy.
Yeah, New Mexico was a part of the unit that I didn't like. Definitely that was the only part. And definitely wasn't T-Hawk and Flamita.
I mean, come on. Alright, we'll get to that when we talk about the members. But they had some stinkers, okay?
So, Leon, as we start with every episode, how did the unit begin, or what angle led up to the formation of it?
Okay, so T2P was the next generation of trainees Ultimo had his hand in. And on top of the class was by far Milano Collection AT. They saw in him the most potential, the most charisma, the best ring ability, which was true because Milano was a technical monster.
Milano is the shit.
He only wrestled 9 years, which is crazy. He's been longer retired than he was active wrestling.
That's sad.
It's so sad. And behind Milano, they saw Brother Yashi and Yoshino, which is weird when you hear Brother Yashi being like considered one of the top guys in the class. But Brother Yashi is a damn good wrestler, and I'm not gonna take any Yashi shit here. And so the main focus before Italian Connection was a thing, were teaming up Yashi, Yoshino, and Milano to fight against Second Doi, Anthony W. Mori, and Ryo Saito. Just like the main event trio of T2P were these three. So after a while, they had a tournament for the vacant NWA International Light Heavyweight title. Which, guess who won that one?
Yoshino?
No, Milano, of course. And after that, Milano called out Yoshino, who he beat in the finals, Yashi, Kondo, Yagi, the now referee, and then he proposed they form a unit, which all of them agreed because they all knew Milano was so much better than them. And then they formed the Italian Connection. And everyone got cute Italian names. So, should I list the names?
Sure.
Alright, so obviously Milano Collection AT, he already had the Italian name. Masato Yoshino became Yoshino, but in all caps, and instead of the SH, it's a double S. Then Shunji Kondo became Kondoti Chuji. Brother Yashi went under the name Stevie Tsushimoto before getting the name Brother Yashini. And the brother part only after bickering with Milano to get a cool, like, because Yashi's all ghetto and shit. And Takayuki Yagi became Pescatore Yagi, and later Bakery Yagi.
It's so weird to me that, like, Shuji Kondo is Kondati Shuji.
Why?
It's just, I just love all the weird and stupid names. And also, I like how Yagi isn't the fall guy in the end.
He certainly was lower on the card than Yashi and Yoshino, but the fall guy joined 2 months later in form of the Batarian Boxer.
We'll get there in a minute. So what impact did they have on Toryumon?
So, the impact of Italian Connection is basically asking the impact of T2P on Toryumon, which obviously, like, the style is a huge impact on Toryumon. Sadly, the impact of T2P is dying out, I feel. Because there are only 4 T2P guys, actively wrestling in Dragon Gate. It's Yashi, it's Yoshino, it's Doi, and it's Sachiyoko Boy. And out of all these 4, the only one who kinda goes into the Java style is Yoshino. And then only slightly.
I feel like it's still there with, like...
This whole Nascientes one.
But I feel like the T2P influence is still there just because of, UT still exists.
I can't call UT style Jave. I can't.
He's trying. He's learning.
Trying.
He can do more than just the Cobra Twist, and he does more than that. But it just depends on the match.
Yeah, he's doing some like at the start of the year, he's doing some ankle locks now, some unique Cobra Twist. The BN Jave is a good one. But I feel like he needs like more like actual submissions. He used more submissions in the Millennials, so.
Ace is also the guy who could do it, but he chooses not to.
Face Eta had a lot of crazy submissions, and he would be a guy. When Eta was searching for a mentor in Over Generation before he settled with Dragon Kid, I was hoping Milano would come back and teach him. Yeah, that's the big impact. Obviously, the style is huge, a huge impact.
Now, you should probably explain what Jave is.
So Jave is. For anyone who has watched Lucha Libre, a big thing in Lucha Libre are like these crazy wacky submission holds. And that's the foundation of Jave. If you ever find a Milano Collection AT match, there's a probable chance of him using like 10 different crazy submission holds you cannot describe in like 5 words or less.
Awesome.
Yeah. Everyone in T2P had a submission finisher, by the way.
I think that kind of another effect, I guess, is that like everyone in Dragon Gate now has multiple style finishers. Like they have their big match finisher and their regular finisher and their
everyone
flash
has
pin
a flash
roll up.
pin. Yeah.
Everyone has their submission.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that a lot about Dragon Gate, that everyone has so many finishers because it keeps the matches free. Okay.
Keeps the matches fresh.
Yeah, thank you.
But also, like, it gives you more to look out for. So, like with Doi, I'm not always looking for the Bakatari. He could hit that muscle buster.
Muscular bomb.
The muscular
Dude,
bomb.
Doi would hit a muscle buster. One guy who really still does the Jave, even though he doesn't come from the T2P era, is Super Shiza.
I was going to say, it's shocking that Shiza isn't from the T2P era.
Super Shiza, I think it's because not just Ultimo trained the T2P class, but also Skyder, the luchador. And I'm pretty sure Shiza, like, trained multiple times with him in Mexico. So
I guess they really didn't make the Dragon Gate, did they?
Not really. When they turned to Dragon Gate come, they were already down to 3 members. Yagi, Kondo, Boxer, and Yashi left for Argan, and they got joined by Mori. Mm-hmm. And shortly after the start of Dragon, not shortly, I would say like maybe a year after Dragon Gate started, Milano left, which without Milano, there's no point of Italian connection.
Well, it's interesting because like I know in like 2004, I think there was a brief period where Magnum had left Magnum had left because he lost his smile and just didn't feel like wrestling anymore. I guess for the time being.
Yeah,
and then Milano, Milano was gone too. He left, so it was kind of like Do Fixer and Italian Connection were just kind of this one unit. They were kind of had an agreement where they didn't mess with each other.
This was the thing you're referring to was after the Argan betrayal. Mm-hmm. Italian Connection was down to Yoshino and Milano. So Milano started teaming with Tokyo in tag leagues, which got the Do Fixer Italian Connection alliance. They even wore pink and black. And they look damn good in it.
I thought they were they had left already.
No, and then when Mori joined them, so they became a 3-man unit. The Do Fixer alliance faded away. Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah.
So, what were some important matches and feuds during the unit's lifetime?
I feel like the first big feud was Milano's feud against Ryo Saito, especially the first 2 out of 3 falls match, because they didn't fuck around. They just fed Saito to the wolves. He did not see any wins against Milano. Like they firmly put Milano above Saito.
Well, that was the thing about Milano is that like he was established early on as like this monster, but he wasn't like a monster heel. He was like this technical monster that like you just couldn't beat him.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the establishment of Milano and like Yoshino to a lesser extent, or these first feuds where they would just beat the opponents with submissions. Then there's, I would say, the Yoshino's feud with Kness, because that was the time when not Argan yet, but Yashi, Yagi, and Kondo started to interfere in matches which Yoshino and Milano were strictly against. They didn't mind when they did it in their own matches, but Milano and Yoshino wanted to wrestle clean. They wanted just like in a not as a face way, but like in an arrogant way. They don't need interference. They're just too good. Like, do you know what I mean? Like technical, too good to rely on interference. So during the match against Kness at Kobe 03, Milano actually dragged Yashi and Kondo from ringside, which eventually led to the Argon betrayal later.
The Hagari Gundam.
Yeah, Hagari Gundam. And then I would say the big match is obviously in Dragon Gate. There was a tournament to crown the first Open the Triangle Gate champions, which the team of Milano, Yoshino, and Mori won. So Italian Connection was the first ever Open the Triangle Gate champions.
I know Milano and Shima had a big feud, but it never really panned out. Like
they never really went like they wanted to.
Yeah, I know.
The
like
fans just weren't ready.
Well, none of the fans were ready. It's just that like the fans were ready because the fans would pop and they get excited. And I know like when Suwa finally pinned like Yashi or something like that, the fans went ape shit because like someone finally beat Italian Connection. But it was just the matches were never good between the two.
I wouldn't say they weren't good.
They weren't as expected. They didn't live up to the build.
Yeah, which probably is how to say this. Maybe it's the clash of styles that didn't mesh very well.
Yeah,
given
I can see
Crazy Max brawl focus, because Crazy Max only had Shima as like a traditional junior, and Fuji, Tauro, and Suwa were all brawl, which maybe didn't mesh well with the technical style of Italian Connection.
Gotcha. What were the other additions to the unit? Like who joined?
So Italian Connection had added two members in the lifespan, which really isn't a lot. Well, it depends if you count Yoshino's pet monkey, but...
Oh, how you can forget Yoshino's pet monkey?
I didn't forget. That's
the one that doesn't get abused.
Ooh.
2009, ooh.
So the first member they added was the Baturian boxer. This was Shogun Takagi. Recently returned in August to Dragon Gate. And he was the fall guy. He just got added 2 months later, so they had a designated fall guy.
And what was his Italian name?
Baturian boxer.
That was Berlinetta boxer.
Oh, well, yeah, fair enough.
And why did they name him that?
Because they needed an Italian car.
Yeah.
Yeah, but after leaving Dragon Gate, he never really did anything of note.
Because he kind of sucks.
He kind of. And then they added Mori. After the Argon betrayal.
Did Mori get an Italian name?
No.
Or did he already have an Italian enough sounding name?
And Mori had a European enough name, I guess. I think Mori was a good fit for face Italian Connection. Just the feud with Sugawara was kind of they could put Sugawara on Argon, so Argon has another guy, and Mori an Italian Connection, so Italian Connection can like team again like regularly without needing Do Fixer. And the style meshed well enough too, because Mori also was like very technical submission based.
And what led to the unit's demise?
Well, the demise was when Milano just left Dragon Gate. Can you guess why Milano left Dragon Gate?
Oh, I know the answer.
Yeah.
Because he fucking hated Magnum.
Where did I hear that before?
Literally everyone hates Magnum.
Yeah, he couldn't. He didn't like Magnum very much, so he left.
He also was kind of loyal to
Ultimo.
To Ultimo, yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like the Magnum hate was more the factor because he never wrestled like in Torimo in Mexico after that.
Well, another thing is that like the unit kind of killed itself because of Ultimo's booking. Ultimo's booking is not good, and he pretty much made the unit kind of shit on itself, which was kind of weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Milano never did like Like, you would think Milano would be the one in big title matches. He was in some. But nearing the end of Toryumon, it was Yoshino who got the big opportunity.
Well, you didn't like Ultima make them all go out there and admit that they weren't, or is that the Hagari betrayal?
No, that was at the very start. You mean like the very start of January when they were all
like, yeah, we don't like fashion, none of us are Italian.
Yeah, they were admitting they weren't Italian, and Kondo with the line of the century going, "I don't even like fashion."
Yeah. It's like, why take the piss out of the gimmick?
I mean, you can only... I was about to say you can only get it that far, but look at the Jimmies, how far they got the gimmick.
So, what are your thoughts on the unit as a whole and their importance?
Well, the importance was definitely to bring guys like Yoshino, Kondo, and Milano to the forefront of Dragon Gate stories, Toryumon stories. So it was fairly important to give like these guys exposure. Especially in hindsight, Yoshino. I'm okay with the unit as a whole. I'm not the biggest Italian Connection fan. I like the style, but I don't know. They never really clicked with me. I mean, they had Yagi, and I like Yagi a lot, but other than that, I'm not the biggest fan of... I like Milano, but I'm not the biggest fan of Kondo, Yashi, or Yoshino. Or Shogo. So
No one's a fan of Shogo.
The fans cheered very loudly when he came back. Okay?
Don't remind me, please. I was literally watching these matches like, is he supposed to be bad? Like, I'm confused. Is he supposed to be shit?
Yeah, so I respect Italian Connection. I think that's a good way to put it.
I love Italian Connection. If I could get an Italian Connection shirt, I would.
Dude, just get a shirt with the Italian flag on it.
I want their logo.
That's their logo.
They need a better logo then. If I just wear an Italian shirt around and be like, oh, you're an asshole. I'm like, no, it's the Italian Connection.
The logo is just the Italian flag with Italian Connection written in it in normal.
That's fine. Where are they now?
So, after leaving Dragon Gate, Milano... Why don't you tell what Milano did?
My favorite... Oh, I love Milano. Milano quit, left for America, and he wrestled in IWA Mid-South and ROH, and he got fat and out of shape because he fell in love with Pringles. No shit. He
Not
legitimately...
fat,
no, he got pretty fat.
I wouldn't say pretty fat. He got a bit chubby.
Pretty fat off Pringles, considering. But yeah, he fell in love with Pringles and ate so many he got himself out of shape. And then he came back for New Japan for a while. And then he got injured. And
who injured him? Do you know who injured him?
Fuck.
Wasn't Gato?
Yes, it was Gato. It was Gato in a different company.
I'm not sure if Gato was... I know Milano got injured by Gato.
Yes, Milano did get injured by Gato.
But I don't know if... I know Magnum was, pretty sure, injured by Gato. But I don't know if Milano was injured by Gato, too.
I want to say he was, but I could be wrong.
Oh, yeah, it was Gato.
Gato's taking out the Dragon Gate Aces.
Kick to the eye.
Yeah. But then he turned into a commentator, and he does
massages with his feet.
Yeah, massage therapy with his feet.
I would like to see Milano back for like a promo battle or something in Dragon Gate. But I don't think that will happen. What about you?
Yeah, because Milano has way more sauce than Magnum.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far.
Yes, he does. If you look at Milano, look at that man.
I mean... Also,
Milano wrestled in TNA for a while. Forgot about that.
Yeah, the T2P reunion when Milano was in New Japan and Doyoshi were already in World 1 and they wrestled in TNA together.
Mm-hmm, as Team Japan from the World X Cup.
Yeah, that was kind of cool move from TNA, not gonna lie.
Yeah. I hope he comes back. I like to see him as a trainer.
Yeah, I don't think he will train people.
I know.
He's like too strict in New Japan right now. But Ultimo's back, maybe?
I know he tweeted out like after Yashi came back, there's some like brother goes back, not me.
Nice. Shall we move on to Yoshino?
Yep.
Well,
didn't amount to shit.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. After Italian Connection, Yoshino applied to Blood Generation. Shima was first against it, but then Doi was like, Shima, look at his body. And then Shima was like, okay, you can join.
Shima, but look at his abs.
Yeah. Then obviously Yoshino cut all his hair, went back to his full name, and became one of the pillars in Dragon Gate. Then we have Mori, who after Itakon just faded away.
He formed Pause Hearts.
Yeah, as a leader.
Yeah, that's why Pause Hearts didn't do anything.
I mean, they won the Triangle Gate once.
That's nice. They also
They were the first unit to disband as a result of a match. Well, after Pause Hearts, he joined Typhoon, but he didn't do anything of note there, and he retired in 2010.
And recently came back.
Yeah, and he's now in charge of tickets.
He had a one-off return match against Sugawara.
Yeah. Right, Kondo and Yashi, as well as Boxer, all got in trouble during the Argon scandal, which led to them firing. So Kondo and Yashi went to El Dorado and Drangor before joining All Japan. But unlike Yashi, Kondo became like a mainstay in All Japan, and Jada later joined the Wrestle One Exodus, and still wrestles there. Well, Yashi never really they were like together. They were a mainstay in All Japan, but like after a while, Kondo became like a solo guy, and Yashi just faded out. But nowadays, Yashi wrestles in Dragon Gate and Duff Pro, which you should all check out because Duff Pro is really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yagi got kicked out of Argon really shortly after its formation by Owashi, because he offered Owashi bread, and Owashi just responded with, "Sumos don't eat bread." Then he kicked him out, and Yagi like retired, sort of.
Maybe.
But maybe. I don't know if he has like an American persona under a mask, but
we'll see.
He mainly works as a ring referee and matchmaker now. And then there's Boxer, which we already said. He didn't do shit after leaving Dragon Gate.
So, any final thoughts as we're wrapping up on Italian Connection?
I wonder what Milano's favorite flavor of Pringles.
Probably the pizza flavor, obviously.
Oh yeah, do you know why Milano the gimmick of being Italian?
Oh no, why?
Because he likes spaghetti so much.
Are you fucking kidding? You're joking. You're bullshitting me.
No,
oh my fucking god, that's amazing.
Ultimo came from the gimmick because he likes spaghetti.
That's the greatest thing I've ever heard.
This is absolutely true. I'm not shitting you. That's my final thought.
Oh my god, that's great.
I'm glad I remembered.
The spaghetti unit.
I'm serious.
I know you're serious, and that's what's worse. Oh my god, that's amazing.
I mean, that's such an ultimate thing to do. You like spaghetti, you're gonna be an Italian.
Okay, it's like a little bit, kind of an Italian Connection related question. Does that mean, was Yagi's parents legitimately bakers then?
I don't know.
Because I know that's the reason he gets the gimmick, like, in kayfabe.
I wish. I mean, yeah, he became a baker in kayfabe because his father was a baker.
Oh my god. And people are glad Ultimo's back in the book. Oh my god.
He's not booking, okay? He's only training.
No, that's not what he said. He's an advisor.
Come on, don't be so negative now. I don't think we can cop this ending.
Oh no, this is great.
Yeah. So
Leon, where can they find your hot spaghetti takes?
My hot spaghetti takes are on Twitter at Leon, which is EIRTH2LEON.
And you can find my favorite flavor of Pringles. my favorite flavor of Pringles at CHUCKN0RIS55. And you can find all this unit retrospective glory and us talking about modern day Dragon Gate at the Dream Key Podcast on YouTube and on Twitter at Dream Key POD Pod. Boy, and what are we covering next time?
Next time we're gonna go Do Fixer.
Do Fixer.
Chuck, before we end this episode, I need you to ask a favor.
What's that?
Please, right now, tweet your favorite flavor of Pringles.
I will do so.
Thank you very much.